So once again, happy International Women's Day to one and all. Now, I deem it my pleasure to invite Dr. S.V. Kota Reddy Garu, Vice Chancellor, VITAP, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day. Respected Honorable Chancellor, Dr. G Viswanathan sir, MD and CEO, National Securities Depository Limited, Mumbai, and the chief guest for today's function, Madam Srimati G Padmaja, Consultant IT, ERP, DT, and BI, Customer Intelligence Strategist and Mentor, and guest of honor for today's event, Madam Srimati G Muthalagi, Madam, our Vice Presidents, Sri Shankar Viswanathan sir, Dr. Shekhar Viswanathan sir, Sri G.V. Selvam sir, Registrar, VITAP University, Dr. C.L.V. Shivakumar sir, Deans, Directors, Faculty and Staff Members, Research Scholars, and dear students. On behalf of VITAP University, I welcome you all to this International Women's Day celebrations. On this occasion, we need to reflect on the extraordinary roles played by women in almost every walk of life. On this occasion, I would like to talk about a legendary lady, Madam Rajeshwari Amma, wife of our beloved Honorable Chancellor sir. Though she is not alive to witness this event today, her contributions in the development of VIT and support extended to the family were unforgettable. In the book Stars and Saplings, a biography of Dr. G. Viswanathan sir, written by Dr. Pushpa Kurup. In that book, our Chancellor sir mentioned that she never ever made any demands on him. In 43 years of married life, she supported him immensely to fulfill his vision of establishing VIT. A great woman to remember on this occasion. Today, it is an honor to have with us our beloved Honorable Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan sir. He is the leader of people, parliamentarian, great visionary, educator, philanthropist, entrepreneur, a great orator. In other words, he is an institution by himself. He continues to steer the VIT University towards expansion and excellence. His dream is to place VIT in the top 200 universities of the world. Sir, under your leadership, we will certainly achieve this goal. Hearty welcome to you, sir. We are delighted to have with us Madam Srimati G Padmaja. She is MD and CEO, National Securities Depository Limited, Mumbai. Madam worked as MD and CEO, Indian Bank. She is passionate about women empowerment and believes that social, cultural, and economic changes are necessary to achieve this. Madam says, I want women in visible and critical functions. She also says, I want women to be entrepreneurial. We are all fortunate enough that we are getting an opportunity to listen to her today. Hearty welcome to you, madam. We are truly honored to have with us Madam Srimati G Muthalagi. She is VIT Alumna BTech ECE 1986-90 batch and Chairman VITA, VIT Alumni Association. She is Consultant IT, ERP, DT, and BI, Customer Intelligence Strategist and Mentor. With more than 2 decades of journey at Ramco Systems Limited, she coached, mentored, inspired many women employees. A warm welcome to you, madam. It is my honor to welcome our Registrar Dr. C.L.V. Shivakumar sir, VITAP University. Hearty welcome to you, sir. A hearty welcome to Deans, HODs, Section Heads, Faculty and Staff Members. A warm welcome to all the such scholars, students who are attending today's event online. A warm welcome to members of press, media who are covering this event. Before I conclude, I would like to appreciate the efforts of Dr. CLV Shivakumar sir, Registrar, and Madam Dr. Anupama Namburu, Deputy Director, Students Welfare, and other faculty and staff members to organize this event successfully. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a very warm and cordial welcome to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm welcome to all the dignitaries and the audience present here. It's my great honor to introduce Ms. Muthalagi G, Consultant IT, ERP, DT and BI, Customer Intelligence Strategist, Mentor, Chennai, and she is also an ex-Vice President, Delivery and Support, Ramco Systems Limited. Muthalagi G is a VIT alum. She is in ECE 1986 to 1990, and she is the chairman for Vita Alumni Association. She has insightful experience of 20 plus years across various facets of managing ERP business operations at Ramco Systems Limited, Chennai. She worked as Vice President Global Customer Support at Ramco Systems Limited, heading the Global ERP Support Division and managing around 300 clients worldwide across all ERP product verticals, both in on-cloud and on-premises domain. A keen planner, strategist, and an implementer with expertise in establishing and managing entire ERP global support operations with a profit margin of 70% and a revenue per unit cost of 4 quarter-on-quarter. Responsible for Ramco's ERP SBU business revenue, cost, and profitability, and being part of Ramco leadership and senior management team. With a constant vision to bring in customer delight, she also has been effectively taking part in all Ramco customers through Ramco ERP Global Support Operations, succeeded with an NPS score of 4 out of 5. She has been effective in mentoring, training, and motivating software professionals for best and world-class performance. Special focus and interest in creating and grooming second-line leaders as well. She is a recipient of Vita Distinguished Alumni Award at VIT University in Jan 2017. And she has been continuously supporting VITNs with ERP webinars, freshers orientation programs at Vellore, AP, Bhopal, faculty orientation, and even guest of honor for Women's Day at VIT Chennai in 2019. She is a recipient of Ramco Best Appraiser Award for Team Performance Appraisal, Ramco Best Team Award for High Performance in ERP Global Customer Support Operations, Ramco Best Performance Award at MILT and Crestform. And she is also a recipient of Ramco Customers Engagement Award for building excellent customer relationship and delivery excellence in global support operations. So we are very much delighted to have you here, ma'am. Now, it's my pleasure to invite you to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Respected Chancellor, sir, Honorable Chief Guest, Srimati Padmaja, ma'am, Vice Presidents, VC, sir, Registrar, sir, Deans, faculty, and my dear VITNs. A very good morning to all of you, and my heartfelt Women's Day wishes to all the young and energetic women present here and at our homes. Extremely happy to reconnect and meet up Padmaja, ma'am, once again after our Women's Day celebration program in the same way in the year 2019 at VIT Vellore. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us again here today. As a VIT alumna, I'm truly honored to join you all today to celebrate the International Women's Day 2022. International Women's Day was first celebrated in 1911, and this year we are celebrating the 111th Women's Day. According to the International Women's Day website, purple, green, and white are the colors of IWD today. Purple signifies justice and dignity, green symbolizes hope, and white represents purity as always. Break the bias. Gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow is the theme for this International Women's Day 2022. As we celebrate this triumphant remembrance of women empowerment, we should help forge a gender-balanced world in every small way we can. Every one of us have a part to play, all time and everywhere. Let us all help to create a gender-equal world. A world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination, a world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive, a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all break the bias. Individually, we are all responsible for our own thoughts and actions all day, every day. We can break the bias in our communities. We can break the bias in our workplaces. We can break the bias in our schools, colleges, and universities. Together, we can all break the bias on International Women's Day today and beyond. Let's challenge gender stereotypes, discrimination, and bias around us. You have a voice that matters. Be a proud woman. It starts from home and then in school and college, and a major transformation when you start your corporate and industrial career. We see women around the world strive for equality in their professional and personal lives. Mark the day by resolving to inspire and encourage all women who are part of your life, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your domestic helps. Everyone has a story to tell. Take the time to hear it. International Women Special Thoughts for the Day. Send a message of thanks or appreciation to your women peers, friends, family members. Participate in International Women's Day Break the Bias campaigns. Check out for LinkedIn, sample that and organize one for VAT AP. Watch a movie, read a book with women strong in support. My Life in Full of Indra Nooyi is one such good one. Visit or donate for a women-centric charity or school today or during this month. On a general note, for the young and emerging engineers here, stay focused. Your ICANN is more important than your IQ. Believe in yourself. Your daily behavior reveals your deepest beliefs. Aspire always to excel. Explore and innovate. A perfect gift at VAT, always in store for you. Build leadership skills and self-confidence. For all the amazing working women staff here at VAT, a big salute. Happiness is the new rich, inner peace is the new success, health is the new wealth, and kindness is the new cool. Work-life balance is the key. Everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. Let's stay focused, plan, and execute with priorities set in always, be at home or at work. Invest in yourself. As we all know, keeping fit and good health is the best wealth. Yoga for health, harmony and peace should always be a priority. You can plan for your regular daily yoga classes and meditation as well. Learn as you teach and teach as you learn. Mentor your students and carry them along. Fond memories of good mentors stay on forever. I always look upon our Chancellor as one of my mentors, young and energetic, and with a strong vision for VAT as always. We owe a lot to you, sir, as a person of great vision in the field of education, especially in uplifting women for the development of our society. Thank you, sir. VAT has always been a gender-balanced environment, providing equal opportunities for men and women to excel in all fields. Great to see that this Women History Month, VAT is spotlighting women and celebrating womanhood. Thank you, VAT. VAT, a place to learn, a chance to grow, is a world-class institution and provides the best that you need. Challenge yourself, acquire the best knowledge, and achieve your dreams at VAT. I have taken the best of my learnings at VAT and enriched my soft skills, which has helped me in my career for 2+ decades, and even now in my IT and ERP consulting venture. I sincerely thank VAT for what I am today. Happiness is a journey, not a destination, says Robin Sharma. Post your education at VAT, Vita takes you forward. Not to miss, a few lines about Vita. Vita, VAT Alumni Association, celebrates 27 years with 1.0 lakh of alumni, 55 global chapters, with 19 domestic and 36 international chapters, and with our alumni spread across 84 countries. With excellent support by VAT management, being facilitated by Office of Alumni Affairs at VAT Vellore, headed by our Director and Assistant Director, the core committee, central and chapter office bearers put together. Vita Day celebrations on every Jan 26th and periodical chapter events. We conduct social events, lateral hiring platforms, distinguished alumni and active chapter awards, yearly e-tracks, and Vita website, app, and official WhatsApp groups. Helping Hands by Vita for all VATNs in need. Versatile group of our alumni across all domains of academics, entrepreneurs, corporate career, IAS, IPS, and the list is on. It's a blessing for all of us to have them with us. Welcoming all the outgoing students to stay connected with Vita in the days to come. Vita, we share, we care is our motto. To all the young women who are here, strong, compassionate, beautiful, and unique, may you continue to inspire those around you. I'm always inspired by this message. Speak in such a way that others love to listen to you, and listen in such a way that others love to speak to you. With this, I conclude and extend my sincere thanks to our VAT management, VAT AP VC Sir, Registrar, staff and students for honoring me today and making this event a memorable one for me. Special thanks to Registrar Sir for his thoughtfulness and inviting me for this wonderful event. Once a VATN, always a VATN. Once again, a happy and progressive Women's Day and enjoy your day. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words on women empowerment, breaking the bias, showing small gestures to increase the woman believing oneself and providing mentoring. So thank you so much. And I hope the VITNs will always believe and then being empowered by your words and live to be VITNs lifelong. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
On behalf of student welfare, we have conducted a few events to the faculty, students, and the staff. So now I request Ravi Tota to share the events list. Yes, sir, go ahead. So we have conducted a hackathon, so which is like requesting the project ideas and the prototypes for women's safety. So we have got 13 teams, out of which the following are the winners. So the first team prepared a brain-computer interface approach for safety measures. So worms of Techie. So Gnan Apnay Vadlimudi and Anvita Vadlimudi has won the first place. So they'll be receiving Amazon coupons worth 5,000 rupees. And the second place goes to Self-Defense Tech, 4-in-1 feature. So they are providing 4 different features for providing the safety to women. So Nuharika, Kuntla and Kushma Shanti has won the second place. And the third prototype was on CER. So the ear-based sensory approach for reducing the attacks over women. So the third place won by Kanakam Tarun Kumar and Yemani Brahmani. I request the chief guest Padmaja ma'am to congratulate the winners.
Yes, I think it's very refreshing to see the kind of competitions and the ideas that are coming up. So and I am very interested in seeing what is this prototypes that the students have built. I'm congratulations to all the winners, and it's really very gratifying to see this kind of initiatives from VIT.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So we also have organized an essay writing competition. So from the faculty, we have the winners Anandita Shome, first place, Shah Partha Mukesh Bhai, second place, Subbalakshmi ma'am, third place. And from the staff, we have the first place by PSS Sai Krishna and the second place by Jaka Usharani, and Narsimha Raju won the third place. And from the students, Kartika Mandu won the first place, and Mehna Sheikh won the second place, and Pujita won the third place. I request Muthalagi,
Muthalagi.
I'm really sorry. The guest of honor to congratulate the winners.
No problem, Anupama. You can call me as Muthu. I know
Okay,
it's
Muthu
tough to
ma'am,
pronounce my
yeah.
name. Don't worry about it.
Muthalagi, yeah.
No problem. A hearty congratulations to all the winners. I think it's so nice to see that all faculty, staff, and students have participated, and this has been very nice, especially to recognize them on the Women's Day. Though being online, I think VAT always does this over a period. Congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And we also organized a talent show. So from the students, Tanay Sharma and Zeel Faida won the first place. So for the dancing, and V Chaitrika won the second place, and Vaddesri Varsha won the third place. And from the faculty and staff, Bhagyashree won the first place for the art and dancing, and Neeraja won the second place for dancing and singing, and Dr. D. Sumati won the third place for singing. So I request Chancellor Sir to congratulate the winners.
Thank you. I congratulate all the winners, the students, faculty, and staff for the participation. Of course, for the winners, those who got first, second, and third place in the talent show.
Thank you so much, sir. So moving ahead, now I feel elated and extremely honored to introduce today's chief guest, Ms. Padmaja Chunduru, MD and CEO, National Security Depositories Limited, Mumbai. She is MD and CEO NSDL since September 2021 after a 37-year stint in banking industry in SBI and Indian Bank. At Indian Bank, Ms. Padmaja has successfully steered the merger of Allahabad Bank into the Indian Bank amid the COVID challenges. Significant improvement in all key metrics and the empathetic handling of the cultural integration of two diverse banks was the subject of a case study, Merger of Equals, by Harvard Business School Publishing. Indian Bank ranks among top 10 in India and 314 globally in the Forbes Best Employers 2021 list based on employee survey. Ms. Padmaja was awarded Banker of the Year by FE for 2019 and 20. And she is also awarded Best CEO at ET Prime Women Leadership Award for 2021. And this month, that is this March, according to Business Today, PwC ranking of Best CEO in 2020-22. So we are really happy to share that she is selected as the Best CEO in Banking Finance BFSI sector for her contribution to increase the total income of rupees 45,184 crores in a span of 3 years, and also merging the Indian Bank with Allahabad Bank in a short period of time. So it's really wonderful, ma'am, to hear such a great news about you, and we are really overwhelmed to have you here. And she has a postgraduate in commerce from Andhra University. Ms. Padmaja joined SBI in 1984 as a probationary officer. In a career spanning more than 3 decades with posting in India and USA, she gained rich experience in corporate, retail, and international banking. She was country head US operations SBI at New York from 2014 to 2017. Ms. Padmaja has extensive board experience. She chaired the Indian Bank board and also was on the board of LIC for 3 years. Ms. Padmaja is passionate about women empowerment and believes that social, cultural, and economic changes are necessary to achieve this. She has implemented many measures in all her roles to achieve this both for employees and the customers of the bank. We are very much honored, ma'am, to have you on the Women's Day celebration. It is indeed my pleasure to invite you to address the gathering.
Thank you very much, Anupama. It's my pleasure to be here. You know, VIT is very close to my heart. I think for the past 4 years. I've been in continuous touch with VIT. And I'm very glad to be part of the Women's Day celebrations, as Ms. Muthu G has
Muthalagi.
shared. I'll call her Muthu from now. She has given the license. So I think, as she mentioned, I think it's very good. I would have loved to be there physically, if we had a physical meeting, but this is as good as it gets. I think I'll start with wishing everyone a very happy International Women's Day. The faculty, the staff, the scholars of VIT, Chancellor Dr. Vishwanathan sir, the Vice Presidents Shankar Vishwanathan, Dr. Shekhar Vishwanathan, G.V. Selvam, and the ED Dr. Sandhya Pettareddy, AVP Kadambari, Guest of Honor, and Vice Chancellor Shri Kota Reddy, and of course Anupama and Dr. Shivakumar. I think it's really a privilege to be part of this elite group. And about VIT, I think Muthu has covered, and we all know the great work and the great facilities, and also I think it's an institution that combines the tradition with modernism as best as it can. I have seen the professionalism, I have seen the empathy, the kind of care and concern that can only come from a visionary leader like Dr. Vishwanathan to actually build such an institution and also sustain the same over the decades, and also branch out into other geographies in India. I wish, and I had mentioned this to him, that they should become an international institution very soon. I think that there is enough demand, and especially we are seeing the kind of the demand that is there for these kind of institutions elsewhere. I think the theme of today's International Women's Day, as spelled out, is of course the tagline is "Break the Bias." And this bias can be both, very blatant, very obvious bias, which we all can recognize, but there is a lot of unconscious bias. I think that is something that is there both among men and women, and even among us, even among the so-called aware elite, enlightened people. There is a lot of bias. I myself I catch myself many times, still following the stereotypes, as they say. There's nothing wrong about it. I think it's the culture that we are all bred in, and it will take generations to really break the whole thing. But I, being very impatient, I would like this generation to break it fully, and actually emerge as a real equal partner in progress. The other theme that I was looking at was the gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. So I think that is also captures the theme of the not only about gender equality but also sustainability, which I think can be very much taken forward through these measures at gender equality. So it is very easy to say we should all be equal. The sun, the sky, half the sky belongs to us, and all these things. But how do you achieve it? I mean, how do we really measure up and say, okay, this is my right, this is my freedom, this is my choice, and I will exercise it. So this is mostly because it's a Women's Day. I'm addressing mostly to the women students, to the girl students, and of course all of us at every stage in life. I think the decisions that we take, are we taking it by ourselves? Are we following our thought process, or are we coming under influence? I mean, there can be various kinds of influence. Your parents, your well-wishers, all these are very good. They are the best friends you can have. But that said, are the girls really exercising the choice as far as their the education goes, their marriage goes, their financial, the career goes? And here I would like to, stress more on the career part, whether it is a career, because the rest is too personal for me to give any big, I can't preach on personal issues, but definitely on the education, on the career front. I think and all these are interlinked. The education that the girl receives, you can't say that she can't do engineering. Now, of course, that bias is broken. that girls are not good at science and maths. You have people like, in ISRO, there is Tessie Thomas, the missile woman of India. And we had in Indian Bank, we had an interaction with her for all our girls, for all our women staff. So you have people breaking the sort of stereotypes everywhere. It's not that there is something that women can't do. They can probably do it as good as men. Another example I can give is that previously when we used to go on flights and there was a lady pilot, I could see many people commenting, whether it's men or women, feeling a bit apprehensive whether this girl can really land us in proper shape and all that, in the beginning. Now you see a lot of women in defense, you are very comfortable with that. And when we take a flight, whether it's international flight or domestic, you always, I keep observing these things. I always feel that, there's no bias here, it's actual experience. I feel the lady pilot lands it in a much more smoother way. The flying is the same, everything, turbulence is the same, everything is same, but when you land, there is a certain kind of a smoothness. You almost don't feel the plane land. You suddenly realize, as against the kind of tug that you feel when you, in some cases. And this, after we have a lot of jokes and puns on how women driving, there's a lot on Twitter, everywhere you'll find a lot of jokes about how women drive. This is what I'm just trying to call out the bias that we have in various areas. I feel, as I was already mentioned by Anupama, that the social equality, economic equality, and of course the professional equality, all these are the basic thing I feel is the financial independence. Whether you are very rich or whether your father is very rich, your husband is very well-to-do and your children are earning well, I think that's immaterial. That's relevant, but not. It's not like a woman should work only if they need the money. The woman is a potential powerhouse. She has so much potential. And we all learn by stepping out of the house. Why do we send our children to school? Why can't we, educate them at home like many people do in the US? There is a home education for children up to 5 years, 6 years. But here we prefer to send them to school because they learn so much in the school atmosphere. The same thing goes for women, men, everyone. Even if you're working from home, even if you are in your isolated cubicles, going out and working with others and working in teams builds up your personality. It makes you more accepting of the environment around you. It makes you more collaborative. It makes you adjust to people. Because sitting at home, we think we are the queens and kings of the limited environment. But when you step out, you necessarily have to make those compromises, and it leads to a better personality for you. Your life becomes much more smoother, and because you don't have those hang-ups about yourself. All those airs are quickly grounded, and you realize that you are one among many. Maybe better than many, but not really the perfect, best specimen on earth. So I think that is very important for us for the women especially, to have this reality check. And how do we confront and handle these biases? The biases are there everywhere, right? Even among educated people, even among the so-called literate and very enlightened groups. It's normally, I talk to a lot of my colleagues here, and when I ask them whether, about their spouse, the answer is always no. She's very educated, she was working, but because children were to be taken care of, मैंने बोल दिया कि आप छोड़ दो, and that girl छोड़ दिया. So this is the way this is again, I'm observing again. So I think there is some kind of a awareness that and I don't blame men for this. We can't keep blaming men for everything and keep saying that, someone should come and help us. That itself is not equality. Don't seek patronage. I think seek equality. Why can't we say, yes, when the child is born, maybe first year is important for the mother to be there. But beyond that, I don't see why a father can't take care, or at least share the responsibility. It's for the women to demand this kind of a respect, this kind of an equality. Easier said than done. But I think it's important. And there I would like to cover, I don't know if I'm running out of time, you please stop me. Because this is a subject I'm very I very much like, and so I can keep talking. The expectation management, I think, is very important. You know, there are three kinds of expectations that I see. If I am a woman, I have self-expectation. I should be the best daughter. I should be the best wife. I should be a super mom. I should be best at my career. You know, I should be the best employee of the month and all that. So best, 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 best. How will you do all this? You are not a superman. You know, you are a superwoman. So we need to scale down those expectations. Okay, I may be this month there is an inspection in office. I will take care of that at house. Even if children fall behind a little in studies, or my husband takes care, or my mother takes care, or mother-in-law takes care, it's okay. You know, you have to do those balancing, and I don't think men don't do it. I think we think men's lives are all perfect and they are enjoying their life to the hilt. I don't think so. I'm seeing so many colleagues. I've seen my husband. I don't think they are enjoying or at our cost. I think they have their own set of problems. They may not be so vocal. They don't have an International Men's Day, unfortunately, to to vent out those whatever feelings they have. I think I sympathize with men many times because there is so much burden on them, you know, of expectations of the wife, of the employer, of everyone. So you have to understand the other person's perception also. So expectations from yourself, you scale down. You know, see what you are good at. Focus on the ABC. The second thing is expectations from others. If I have an expectation that my husband should be helping me, then I should also be understanding what is his problems, or seek out collaboration or help from other people who are available, whether my in-laws, parents, neighbors, friends, whoever, and arrange that. I think one thing I would like to, I've seen this when I worked in US, the Indian mentality is somehow towards saving. You know, when we are earning, the first thing we do when we reach a certain bracket, we start saving like hell. And we start cutting on so many expenses. I think it's important to spend to reach the next level of employment, the next level of earning. So we need to spend on whatever domestic help, we need to spend on cooks, we need to spend. I don't judge whichever way, but we need to open up that mind about opening the purse strings. That is one thing. The second thing is expectations of others from you. So make sure that your expectations of your husband, your in-laws, your children are all, tempered to your level. If I can't come home by 6:30 and cook a nice, delightful dinner for that night, it's okay. You know, the children and husband should be able to not have that kind of. I should not build that expectation. That I have achieved very well. You know, I don't cook so well, so no one misses my cooking. Neither my children nor my husband. So occasionally, if I cook well, that's a great, celebration. So I think this is what I don't mind being called not a good cook, or she can't do this, she can't do fine. I am doing what I want to do, and I am happy with those 3-4 things that I'm able to do. My focus was my career, my children's education, and health. Probably that's it. Nothing much beyond that. The rest I put it at a B or C. You know, this was how I think we need to select what we want to do. The other one is perception management. Expectation management is over now. Perception management. I think we want to be liked by everyone. You know, you want to be the best, colleague. You want to be the agony aunt. You want to be the best friend to all your people. You want to be the best, wife. You know, you want to be everything. Oh, I think that also we need to curtail. It's okay not to be liked. You know, it's okay to say what you want to say and be done with it. You know, first time, second time, it will be difficult. After that, people will, hesitate to ask you also, because they know that something can come up. And I have experienced this. You know, first time I was a bit hesitant to speak up in meetings and all. But one of my lady bosses, she encouraged me to be open. And she said, what will you lose? You know, you will only say what you want. Let us see what others say. And so when I started speaking and sometimes airing my comments which were going against the tide, still people sat up and took notice. They may not have agreed with me. They may not have liked me. My view would not have prevailed. Still, I think I have built a reputation for myself as a straight talker. And so the pressures on you come down. because they know that this is not a nice lady and she may or may not do what we want. So the pressures will come down. And that is, I think, one thing we need to develop. It's okay not to be nice. It's better to be effective, better to be efficient, better to be satisfied with your own work. I think time management, I will now dwell a little on the tools that we need to develop. I think time management is crucial, both for men and women and students especially. How much time are you spending on your mobile devices? How much is for education? How much is on podcasts, learning something? Or how much is on just pure entertainment or gaming or whatever? I think time lost is not retrievable. Everything else you can probably get back, but not time. And this, I feel, when parents and well-wishers are counseling you, I think this is something you need to accept, even if you don't like it. There are many things in life we don't like, but we have to accept. And that is life. We will be thankful later in life for all the time we spent on this crucial period in our building our own career and our own education. The other thing is, I think, financial awareness. Because I'm in NSDL, which is in the stock markets, which is in the capital markets, this is more, so far I was in banking, now I've crossed over to the capital markets, the equity investments and all this. I find that, women investors are very few. And even when they are there, the decision on paper, her name might be there. But the person who comes to invest is her husband or father-in-law, brother-in-law, someone. Why can't women who are so good at saving, in the first thing we have is the piggy bank and all this at home, and the mother puts those coins, makes the child put those coins. She's so good at saving, she's so good at financial planning for the house. But when it comes to bigger decisions, it's always left to the men. I mean, men don't have more grace cells than women have. It's just the learning and it's just the training. I think we need to take control or at least be aware of the financial matters. There's nothing wrong in controlling your own destiny, being aware of it, and training your children in it, because it's very important that financial planning is taken care of. The other thing is, I think, listening to various viewpoints. The patience to listen to people seems to be going down day by day. The Netflix, the Amazon Prime, all these are not really helping in people listening to your neighbor or your parents or your husband or whatever. I think that when we observe people, we learn a lot. Whether it is, I'm not saying it's only your mentors or your colleagues or something, even the maid at home, even I learned a lot from both my mother and mother-in-law, just observing them, or just being at the receiving end of their scoldings or whatever. But it was a great learning in terms of what they saw. And education has nothing to do with emotional balance, with wisdom, with knowledge and all. It's a great learning to observe people and take away the cues from them. And entrepreneurship, I'm very glad that the hackathon was there. I could see the kind of self-defense stick is what you wrote. I hope it can be commercialized, because I would like to see how it goes. I have been in Indian Bank, and when we did this, I was talking to Dr. Vishwanathan about this incubation center. I think it is there in VIT, and we were looking at tying up to fund those incubators. I hope that is going forward. But this is something I think we can take up from any bank. Indian Bank definitely could do. These ideas should not die at the hackathon level. They should be commercialized. Women entrepreneurs are coming up in a big way. You saw Falguni Nair, the first major IPO of last year. Major successful, I should say. Nika was the IPO. And Falguni Nair, you should read up about her. She's the first woman who has actually taken a company to the IPO and became it's a unicorn. So you have so many such self-made women across the country. Yes, Indra Nui was mentioned. There is another book by Arundhati Bhattacharya, the SBI chairman, who retired. Very good book again, Indomitable. So I don't think there is a dearth of role models. We need to just pick the right people, look at them. And it was mentioned about decision-making roles. I think decision-making is the crux. You have to practice decision-making. Don't look here and there for people to give you too much advice that you get confused. Ultimately, when in Indian Bank, we put women in branch manager roles, zonal manager, there was a lot of apprehension from the women and men also. But ultimately, when I had at least 800 women heading branches, the kind of the response that came from the customers, from women themselves, that I'm enjoying my role and I want to go further up. It is actually doing the thing. It is not talking, it is not listening. You start doing, take the first step, and then things will fall in place. Managing your environment and collaborating with people, I think it's all humility. Basically, the trait I look for is humility. That I'm not the best. I'm good enough, but may not be the best. I have to learn. And that, whether for men or women, I think that forms the basis of further growth. So I think I've taken more time than you all planned. But with the last word that they say, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. I think I want both the hands to rock the cradle, first of all. Secondly, yes, both can rule the world, but the kind of compassion, empathy, the kind of focus women bring to the table is very much necessary for any institution to grow. And I'm very glad VIT has a very good representation of women at the top level. And this should be an example for other institutions. I'm trying that in NSDL now today. This I think is an ongoing phenomena, and it will go further. Wishing you all the best, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. It's indeed our honor to listen to you. You are indeed a great personality and inspiration to all. Thank you so much for motivating the girl students for achieving career goals, balancing the expectations and the perceptions like time management and even woman entrepreneurship. So I'm certain that our young minds have a great takeaway from your talk. So thank you so much, ma'am. So it's really wonderful to have you here. Now, I feel elated to invite our beloved founder and chancellor, Dr. G. Vishwanathan sir, to give his presidential address.
Good morning. Our chief guest of today, Srimati Padmada Chunduru, from Managing Director and CEO of National Security Depository Limited, and also the former CMD of Indian Bank. Our guest of honor, Srimati Muthalagi, Chairman of the VIT Alumni Association, Dr. Kota Reddy, Vice Chancellor, Registrar, other professors who are participating in this function, International Women's Day celebrations, and also my dear students. Very good morning to you. At the outset, let me congratulate VIT AP for selecting a superwoman as the chief guest today, because she has done wonders in many things, particularly the achievement of the Indian Bank. Probably she was the first lady to take over CMD of Indian Bank. In the same way, Muthalagi is also the first lady to take over as chairperson of our big alumni association, which has got about 1 lakh members. So this is a fitting occasion that we have two important ladies today as guest of honor and the chief guest. Why always we talk about women empowerment? What is the reason? I want our students to understand that women perform 66% of the world's work. They produce 50% of the world's food, but earn only 10% of the income compared to men. And they own only 1% of the property in the world. That's why we always talk about women empowerment whenever we talk about women. I want our students to know what is the achievement of women in the world, in India, and in our society. Out of 194 countries, only 22 countries have women as head of the state. And even though Asia is lagging behind in education and economy, we took the lead in supporting a lady. The first prime minister in the world was from Sri Lanka, Srimati Srimao Bandaranayak was the first Prime Minister of the world in 1960. Afterwards came others. Of course, in India, we had Indira Gandhi in 1966. In fact, Europe came much later. Margaret Thatcher was elected in 1979. Still, US has not got a president, a lady president. That's how we have taken the lead. Asia has taken the lead in appointing women as the head of the government or head of the state. But as far as their participation in decision making, I mean the parliament and the legislature, we are far behind. In fact, when we rank the countries, our rank is 149 out of 193 and 94 countries in percentage of elected women in parliament and assemblies. It's around 9% of women are there in their assemblies. In Lok Sabha, it's about 12%. So we have to go a long way in giving them more power in decision making. In fact, a bill was introduced, Women's Reservation Bill, giving them 33% of representation in parliament assemblies, was introduced in 1996 when Devagowda was the Prime Minister. Even though by population they are 48.4%, the government took a decision to give them 33% reservation, but it is pending for the last 26 years. It was introduced, got lapsed, again it was introduced by Vajpayee government, then again it was introduced by NDA government. In 2010, it was passed in Rajya Sabha. Now it is 12 years. Still, it has not seen the light of the day in Lok Sabha. I think it is time now that instead of talking so much, we must see that it becomes a reality. And the bill must be, the Constitution Amendment Bill must be passed in Parliament. As far as education is concerned, still women are lagging behind. In the 2011 census, the literacy rate in India was 74% average, but for female, it is 65%. In higher education, they are doing well comparatively, but overall, we are lagging behind because our gross enrollment ratio is only 26.7%, whereas in all the advanced countries, it varies from 60% to 100%. That's why we would like to encourage them to go more for higher education, and unless the government helps, it will be difficult. Of course, as a university, we are trying to make it a model. I don't know how many of you are aware of the UHET, Universal Higher Education Trust, which is restricted to the undivided Vellore district, 13 assembly segments. We formed it 8 years ago. We want to encourage all children not to stop their education with the 10th or 12th and give them financial aid. So far, we have given about 7,000 students. And I'm happy to tell you that 66% are girls among the beneficiaries. We are able to stop child marriages by this. You must be aware that about 40 or more than that, the 47% of the girls in India are marrying before 18, what we call child marriage. Out of them, 30% become teenage mothers. Unless we stop this, we cannot, the society cannot improve, society cannot make a progress. That's why we have taken this measure as only one district out of 740 districts in the country. This is the only district, and VIT's contribution is more than 50% of the entire the scholarship. So far, we have given about 7 crores of scholarship. This is the only case where we are able to help the children, poor children and middle class children without any government help. That's why I would very much like all others also to follow this. And unless we give them education, they cannot be empowered. And also their participation also will increase in the workforce. In the workforce, they are lagging behind. India has only 27% of the women in the workforce. In all developed countries is much more. In fact, the number one country is Denmark, where it is 71%. So we have to aim at such things and march forward, and by giving them good education. And Madras state, once it was called Madras province, the entire South India, except Hyderabad, Mysore and Travancore, Cochin was called Madras province. It started from Mangalore and up to Berhampur. That's why V.V. Giri belonged to Madras, because he belonged to Berhampur district. It was one state. That state took the lead in empowering women. I would like to inform you that the first lady to be elected to the Legislative Council of India in the Madras Legislative Council, Dr. Muthalagi Reddy, was the first woman in the country to be elected. In fact, you would know that recently we have named a hostel after her. The new hostels we have built, one of the ladies' house is named after her. She was the first physician of the country, first doctor of the country in 1912, and she was elected in 1921. And she became the first woman of the deputy president of the Legislative Council. She is the founder of the Adayar Cancer Institute and Hawaii Hope. I want the students to know the history of certain people. In fact, there was a movement called Self-Respect Movement, Swayamaryada Iyakam. They convened a conference in 1929, I suppose, 1929, and demanded equal property rights for men and women. In those days, there was no equal property right. And also they asked for employment in the army and police. This was in 1929. And the South Madras province took the lead in this. And then came the Maharashtra, Mumbai, and all other cities. So we have taken the lead. I want the southern part of India always, of course, we are more progressive. In fact, we spend more money on education than the other states. There is no parochialism in this. We want a competition. Whoever spends more. In fact, among the southern states, Andhra Pradesh is number one. They spend more money than others for their children's education. Wherever government spends more, the parents will spend less. Wherever government spends less, the parents will have to spend more. That's what's happening in our country. I hope we will be able to change this, and the government will spend more on education and health, particularly higher education, so that women will get an opportunity. In fact, during the general election, I wrote to all the political parties and suggesting that free education must be available to all the children. If it is not possible to begin with the girl children, they will get free education up to university level. And later on, it can be extended to boys. I think most of the parties did not put it in their manifesto. I think only one party recognized it. It's time now that we should be able to persuade governments and pass this bill, which is pending in Parliament for the last 26 years. And also, I would like to remind that the abolition of Devadasi system, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, we should go and read this, which was almost treating women as slaves. This was introduced by Dr. Muthalagi Reddy in the assembly in 1930. Like our women's reservation bill, it was also kept pending, and it was passed after independence in 1948-49. That's what is happening. Wherever we want to give power to the women, it's not easy because it's a male-dominated society. All the political parties say we support the bill, but it never gets passed. This is what is happening in our country. And now it is time for all the women's associations to join together, because I find there is women's wing in each political party, but they should join together and see that this bill is passed so that they will get a place in parliament as well as in assemblies. From 13%, we should go to 31%, 33%. That's what the bill provides for. It is time now to do this. As far as VIT is concerned, of course, Muthalagi is our model. She has a number of them, but still my worry is that only about 30% are girls here in the university. I want it to go up to 50%. We would like to encourage them to go for higher education, and wherever is necessary, we try to give them financial assistance also. And I'm happy that both Srimati Padmada Chandru and Muthalagi participated in today's function. I thank both of them, and I thank the Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and others for arranging this function. Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir. Thank you for quoting the women legends in all fields and encouraging the students to get inspired. Thank you so much, sir. And the way you have shown for the women in VIT, like giving them priority in all roles and aspects. And thank you, sir, for that. And really, we'll keep up our visions and keep up your vision, and we will work towards achieving that. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I, Dr. Anupama Namburu, Deputy Director, Student Welfare, would like to propose the vote of thanks. So at the very outset, I would like to thank our beloved Chancellor, sir, Dr. G Vishwanathan, sir, for gracing the occasion. Thank you so much, sir, for showing the VITians the vision, and we will definitely live up to it. And thank you so much. And I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all the vice presidents of VIT for their enormous support that they give to the VITs. So thank you so much. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Ms. Padmaja Chunduru for your valuable presence in the Women's Day celebration, ma'am. Thank you so much for your encouraging words for empowering the students and achieving their goals. Thank you so much. And I cordially thank Ms. Muthalagi, ma'am, for sharing your valuable words and your experiences of VIT. And thanks for your encouraging words for all the VITians. Thank you so much, ma'am. I thank our beloved Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. S.V. Kota Reddy, sir, for supporting us in all aspects in organizing these kinds of events. Thank you so much, sir, for your ever-ending support. I thank our registrar, sir, Dr. C.L.V. Sivakumar, sir, for his continuous support and looking at every aspect at minute level, from the, contacting the guests, like making the things fall in place for everything in making this event a grand success. So thank you so much, sir. In spite of his ill health as well, he was continuously looking all the aspects. So I really, from my bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And I thank the Drushya Club, Blockchain Club, Beat the Heat Dance Club, and English associations for organizing the events on the Women's Day celebration. I thank the faculty, staff, students, and parents watching online for making this event a grand success with your presence. And I thank the head CTS and team for arranging the online meet, the PR team for invitations and making all the arrangements necessary, HR team for sharing the greetings to each and every faculty and staff with a greeting card with their photos. And thank you, ma'am. And the maintenance team for arrangements, and purchase team for making all the purchases required for the event, and campus and engineer team for making the arrangements for the online meeting. And I thank one and all who are present on this occasion for making this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Nice meeting you
Yeah.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Yeah, it's lovely, ma'am. Great inspirations. So really nice to have you here.
Namaste, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chancellor, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Happy Women's Day, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am, can we stop the
Yes, sir.
recording?
Yes.
Live also, maybe CTS can stop
Yes.
live.
So thank you all. Thanks for your time.
Ma'am, please tell the CTS to stop the live.
Yeah, CTS, head CTS, sir, please stop the live of YouTube.
It's still